I want to go directly to Mitt Romney, who's making statements out of Washington. This is before Latino Coalition's 2012 Small Business Summit. Let's listen in.
And as Hector indicated, I've helped guide the Olympics and had the opportunity to lead a great state. I learned early on that the only way to succeed in tough situations is to bring people together in a common purpose. That's how you achieve greatness. That's how you accomplish any goal. Dividing people and pitting one side against another produces nothing but failure and mediocrity. Unfortunately, we've seen way too much of that from this administration, and that's in part why we're facing the slowest economic recovery since the Great Depression. And it's why this president and his party have failed to address the most serious problems that are facing the country. It is not time to divide. It is time to come together and remain one nation under God. Now, when the president took office, he faced a jobs crisis. It's barely improved. He faced a spending crisis. He's made that worse. And he faced an education crisis. Now, I'd love to be able to stand here and tell you that we're celebrating the end of our education crisis. Wouldn't it be great if we could look back in the last 4 years with confidence that the crisis has been confronted and we turn the corner towards a brighter future? But sadly, that has not happened. And the tragedy is not just a matter of test scores and international rankings. It's the frustration of a sixth grader who wants to learn more, but is stuck in a class that's hardly moving at all. It's the embarrassment of a 10th grader who knows he can't read the books he's been assigned. It's the shame of a 12th grader who's supposed to be ready to graduate, but he hasn't mastered the skills he or she needs to succeed in the jobs of today. In this country, every child has something to contribute. No matter what the circumstances were that they were born into, every child has a dream about where they can go or what they can become. Whether that dream is to invent something, or to start something, or to build something, or create something, it all starts with basic skills and confidence that come from a good education. Yet today, way too many dreams are never realized because of our failing education system. More than 150 years ago, our nation pioneered public education, and yet now we've fallen way behind. Among the developed countries of the world, you probably know this already, United States comes in 14th out of 34 in reading, 17th out of 34 in science, and how about this? 25th out of 34 in math. Our public education system is supposed to ensure that every child gets a strong start in their life. Yet 1 in 4 students in this country fails to get a high school degree. Think of that. 1 out of 4. What are they going to do? And in our major cities, half of our kids don't graduate. Half. Imagine that. Imagine if your enterprise had a 25 or 50% failure rate in meeting its goal. You'd consider that a crisis. You'd make changes fast. Because if you didn't, you'd be out of business in a hurry. But America's public education establishment shows no sense of urgency. Instead, there's a fierce determination to keep the things just the way they are. Here we are in the most prosperous nation on earth, but millions of our kids are getting a third world education. And America's minority children suffer the most. This is the civil rights issue of our era, and it's the greatest challenge of our time.
And listening to Mitt Romney there at a speech before Latino business leaders. We're also going to bring you President Obama. He's in Colorado Springs, Colorado. That is where he will be addressing the Air Force Academy, their commencement address, just moments away. We're going to take a quick break first.